All right, man. Let's talk about Oscar De La Hoya did the interview with Fight Hype on Floyd's command. All right. Yep, on Floyd's command, he did an interview with Fight Hype. Now, Floyd said part of the negotiations between Ryan and Tank had to include Oscar De La Hoya giving Ben for Fight Hype an interview, which he did, which was a really good interview. But you can tell it seemed like Golden Boy is desperate to make this Ryan Garcia fight. And Mayweather Promotions and Al Heyman has them by the balls. That's how I look at it. But I'm gonna talk about what Oscar De La Hoya said about Tank pay-per-view numbers on the live tonight. So that's I'm gonna talk about that on the live tonight. But yeah, Oscar De La Hoya gave a really good interview. Talked about he moving to Vegas and some supplement he got, that overall health supplement and all that type of stuff. But what I already know, they in trouble. They're in trouble at Golden Boy because they're literally begging for this fight, right? And to me, it's a cash out or cash in type of fight, and I think it's a cash out type of fight. Honestly, they're in trouble. They got to make big fights. And like I said before, one of the things about it is they don't make this fight, then I think at that point they might sacrifice Virgil Ortiz to bring Terrence Crawford onto the roster for a fight or two. But nonetheless, let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, the subscribe button, it's the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video. So appreciate the love and support. So they basically talked about, he basically talked about he addressed the Al Heyman comments that he made, and he basically walked back them contracts, but he just said that he just passionate, about that he want to see these fighters fight. He passionate about that. That he really feel that Al Heyman is stopping these fights. He's not making the best fights. That he worked with Al Heyman. He says that Showtime hasn't done, in regards to them sharing the networks. He said Showtime hasn't done 1 million pay-per-views in a long time, And he ran off that he worked with Mayweather for 10 fights. Some of those fights, like I think Guerrero and a few of them other fights, landed on Showtime. And he kind of was alluding to like that might have been the last time they did 1 million pay-per-views, or maybe at those times they didn't do 1 million pay-per-views. But he said he respects Steven Espinoza. And he said Espinoza will respect what he's doing as a businessman, including the zone. He says that Ryan Garcia doesn't have a contract with the zone, right? But, he don't want to, they're business partners. They just read up, and he said he don't want to lead them out. And he says in regard to that having more experts and having a zone who's spending a lot of money in boxing, they're going to be around for a long time. He says that we can't we got to include them. We can't lead them out because, with more experts and more, networks involved, it just makes the fight bigger. But my thing about that is the zone don't really have no appeal. It doesn't appeal to nobody. Who does it appeal to? UK fans. That's it. It don't appeal to the American football fans. It don't appeal to the basketball fans. It don't appeal to the rock culture. It don't appeal to the country culture. It don't. So them being involved is the way Al Heyman look at it. If Al Heyman didn't let Terrence Crawford and Top Rank be involved in the fight, and they did business with them for Tyson Fury, I don't think he'd allow the zone to be a part of it, which he should. Why not? Why not? And they were talking about how Al Heyman just been saying he believe in in-house fights. He don't even believe in in-house fights. He don't make the biggest and best fights under Premier Boxing Champions, and that's the biggest problem. Cool. He don't want to, he don't want to lease out his horses or his top fighters. I go, cool. Nobody do, unless it makes a lot of sense, a lot of money. But he don't even be putting his horses against each other in a gentleman's race. He don't put his top fighters in, and his top fighters end up losing to guys they never thought they would lose to. So Al Heyman don't believe in, making big fights at all. But yeah, he went on, to, talk about, kind of the Heyman aspect, how him and Eric Gomez had a really good work relationship when they worked together for years. And Oscar promoted Adrian Broner, Deontay Wilder, and a few of them other guys as well too. Yeah. But pretty much he was kissing Floyd ass, and Floyd made Oscar call him uncle. You know, he had one bad thing about say about Floyd, and the way he was kissing Floyd ass. You know, to me it seemed like they gotta have this fight. That's what it seemed like. It seemed like it's all or nothing. If it ain't this fight, then they gonna be in trouble. That's what it sounded like to me. They gonna be in financial trouble, and probably you know, and I don't, and probably whatever. But I mean, the way he was kissing Floyd ass and saying he moving to Vegas, and maybe they definitely gonna sit down and talk face to face, and maybe they can go in and try to buy the new Las Vegas NBA team that's supposed to be coming after the 2020. We announced after the 2024 TV deal is up. It seemed like he won. He came on. He came on Floyd request to make this fight. So of course they're the A side. Floyd got him doing little spot jobs. Floyd got him, having him do interviews with his people so they can get paid. Crazy, ain't it? Floyd could tell him to go out in the rain and do a 360 and sing, Taylor Swift song. At this point, when Floyd made him do this interview, this let you know that Oscar De La Hoya is really about making this fight, and they desperate. They desperate to make this fight. And he also went on and talked about how as far as the Tank not doing real pay-per-views, which I'm gonna really get into this tonight. He said Tank has not really eclipsed 100,000 pay-per-view. So he said you can call yourself a pay-per-view star, but don't mean doing hundreds of thousand homes. And he said he has the real numbers, and he's not. And I told y'all about the Errol Spence numbers; they was fake too. Errol Spence numbers was a smidget better than Crawford's numbers. Come on, but he's a pay-per-view star. Same thing with Tank. I told y'all this last year and this year. Tank has never eclipsed 100,000 pay-per-views. I wasn't sure about the Rolly. Well, I was sure about the Rolly fight. That's common sense. I've been told y'all that. 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 I've been told y'all what the deal was when it came to that. But none of y'all didn't want to listen. All the numbers that they reporting is fake, bro. They are fake. Fake to the bone, fake to the cartilage, fake, not real, cap. That's why they need Ryan Garcia. They need Terrence Crawford. And they can let them opportunity pass by. Al Heyman never recouped that money that he lost on these niggas with that model plan. They're boxing losing fans at an alarming rate. And they really ain't got nothing to lose. But he did go on to say Ryan is fair. He's been campaigning at 35. Excuse me. I see Ryan making 35 with no problem, but I see him comfortable at 40 and anything in between. He said Oscar De La Hoya the fight between Ryan and Gervonta. He said, "quote It's always in a position to be the A side. I having won the Olympic gold medal and having superstar rights from the start. The Olympic platform was global, so it made me a golden boy instantly," said De La Hoya. My opponents knew I was the man. As a promoter, I could see it from the outside in about who should be able to dictate negotiations and who should be able to make the fights happen. So, so he going about into his past. He going into his past. But he says what's happening now in boxing is there are so many fighters that are filling up the arena that have their own fan base. Social media is bringing the world together and is creating this global fan base. Fighters like Ryan and Gervonta and Jake Paul. All these guys, they're the A sides, they're fighters, they dictate and call the shots. So when we talk about Gervonta versus Ryan fight, it shouldn't be that tricky to make. But since you've got two guys that are the A side, it's going to be a back and forth. Quote, it's about being fair because both guys have a name and they both can sell pay-per-views, which Ryan has not yet. Even though Ryan hasn't fought on pay-per-view, they can sell out arenas, the draws. It's not tricky to make, but it can be a little complicated. It's a matter of negotiations. It's a matter of giving 1 or 2 or 3 round pounds. That's going to come down the road. Those are negotiations that will take place, but down the road. Ryan Garcia signed to Golden Boy Promotions, and his owners are broadcasting partner. In order to make this fight, both parties have to participate. It wouldn't be fair and good business to leave the zone out of it. They helped me build Ryan on his own, and they spent a lot of money. It just wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be good business. Steven Espinoza Showtime would agree because he's a businessman. Fights of this magnitude have been worked out many times, and it's a matter of figuring it out. It's going to take Steven Espinoza, Joe Markowski of the zone to sit down together with everyone involved and iron this out. It's too big a fight not to make. Most importantly, the fighters want it. We know this is the fight to make, and the one the fans are really asking for. So we should deliver, said De La Hoya. So I'll tell you, I'm gonna say this off rip. In my opinion, there's slim to no chance. It's probably never, not never, whatever. Not never, right? Are you gonna get Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis, and Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford this year? You're not gonna get both of these fights this year. That's slim to none. Slim to none. If you get both of them fights this year, it's a great year in boxing, regardless of the pedestrian summer, which most of their summers are always usually pedestrian. So I will say that there's no way you're gonna get both of them fights this year, right? But nonetheless, Ryan is not the ace out here. Floyd Mayweather ordered you to do an interview with Fight Hype, and you did it. He got you by the balls, Oscar. He got you saying uncle. So no, Gervonta is the A side. Plain simple, no matter what the numbers say. You doing what Mayweather saying. Y'all calling out Gervonta. Ryan going to Gervonta fights. Ryan saying he gonna knock out Gervonta. So it's up to Ryan to really pretty much bend and conform to what Tank say within reason. So Tank is the A side. Mayweather got Oscar De La Hoya by the balls. Tank got Ryan by the balls. So that's that. To be honest, that is that. That is that. So Floyd making Oscar De La Hoya do an interview with Fight Hype. Let you know all everything. Now, will the zone be involved? I don't think they're gonna let the zone be involved. That's my opinion. I don't think they're gonna let the zone be involved. But that is what it is, man. And I ain't gonna harp too much. I'm gonna talk a little bit about it tonight, especially about the pay-per-views. But let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially, want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Hit my link tree, find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon Music, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, the whole nine. Link tree, the first link in the description. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace.